Long, long time ago, I can still remember how that math used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my class, that I could make those grades rise, and maybe colleges will be happy for a while. But AP tests made me sure, with every bad grade Crane delivered, bad news coming from skyward. Kids with A's I admired. I know for sure that I cried when my parents looked at my test and sighed. The symbols on the page came alive the day I learned to drive. So derive, find the derivative of y. Finally know when a function is written with prime. And good old boys were writing symbols like pi, singing this'll be the day that I grind. This'll be the day that I grind. Did you write in Leibniz notation? Do you understand when we use integration? If the textbook tells you so. Position equals t to the 3. Can power rule find its velocity? And can you teach me how to find this slope? Well, I know you lower the exponent and you use it in the new coefficient. The derivatives get more complex. Man, I need some more context. I was a deriving teenage bronc and buck with a grasp of the rules, and I didn't suck. But I knew I was out of luck the day the chain rule was taught. Derive the derivative of y. I finally know when a function is written with prime. And good old boys were writing symbols like pi, singing this'll be the day that I grind. This'll be the day that I grind. Now for new functions, they aren't on their own, and equations grow fat, need chain rule. Now f is a function of g. Take the derivative of f with respect to g multiplied by g's with respect to t, and that's correct. Yes, indeed. Oh, and while the math was looking easy, integration came looking easy. Fundamental theorems were found. Antiderivatives break new ground, and wow, Newton's method works. Finding zeros through estimation hurts, but I wrote the answer here in the dirt the day I learned derive the derivative of y. I finally know when a function is written with prime, and good old boys were writing symbols like pi, singing this'll be the day that I grind. This'll be the day that I grind. Three-dimensional shapes with volume, thin areas take up no room, but infinite of them make up the shape. Figure out how the segments relate, then set it up so you can integrate. Now, finding answers is easy, and it's great. Now, related rates made me roll up in a ball. That ladder started to slide down the wall. The height continued to shrink, but the rate angle sank, cause the ladder slipped 3 feet a second. We can solve for the angle, I reckon. Do you recall the equations to back in the day? I learned to Derive the derivative of y. I finally know when a function is written with prime. And good old boys were writing symbols like pi, singing this'll be the day that I grind. This'll be the day that I grind. Oh, and there the equations are in one place. A rate of slippage falling in space. Find the angle when h is 3. So come on, Jake, be nimble. Jake, be quick. Jake Huffaker, solve the equation, 'cause calculus is my only friend. Oh, and as I watched him write the page, my hands were clenched and fists of rage. No math is this complex. Man, that blew up in my face, and as he substituted in the trig, the problem grew, it got so big, but he finished it off and did a jig. Today I learned to derive. So derive, find the derivative of y. I finally know when a function is written with prime. And good old boys were writing symbols like pi, singing this'll be the day that I grind. This'll be the day that I grind. I met a series who seemed to converge, and I asked how did this emerge, but Crane just smiled and hand-waved away. I attempted the same problem, where I'd made a mistake lessons before, and then I understood the hand-waving. Alternating series, the magnitude decreased. My tears began to dry and the pain did cease, but not a word was spoken. My dreams are no longer broken. The three functions I admire most, the linear, quadratic, and the exponential, they caught the last unit for the semester. The day I learned to derive the derivative of y. I finally know when a function is written with prime. And good old boys were writing symbols like pi, singing this'll be the day that I grind. This'll be the day that I grind. Derive the derivative of y. I finally know when a function is written with prime. And good old boys were writing symbols like pi, singing this'll be the day that I grind.